Yo, I'm back. Fans Point of View podcast with your host, Trucker Chubby, aka Clarence Hampton. It ain't your coaches and pros, the X's and O's. This is the fans' point of view and what we know. So let's go. Yes, sir. It is Saturday, and I normally do these videos, but I kept saying, look, I'm fans' point of view coming back. Every other week we'll have Shad on as a guest up in here. So round of applause for Shad because he'll be here every other week. You know what I'm saying? But today, I was like, I'm getting messy. I'm going to talk about everything today. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be online and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Up out of the truck. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of things to do later with the fam, but we'll get into that, right? So today, I'm scrolling on a Twitter machine and I seen something about the Ukraine and Trump's talking about they was in a White Office. It was a White Office argument. Now I know you normally don't lead a sports show talking about politics, and politics and sports don't mix, man. That is a bunch of bullshit. Whoever told you that, don't lie. Stop playing. Because we know they go together. We know they go together. Now, it is just your preference upon your sports show or your sports or your sports whatever content if you decide to put politics in it or not, because they both go together. There's politics in the shit, right? When you're in high school, the alums who parents that pay the most money, kids get to see the field, whether they good or they not. Period, point blank. It is what it is in any sport. It don't matter what it is. If whoever spend the most money, the kids get to play, and that's at any level. I hate to say it ain't so, but that is politics, and that is the way that things go, and that's just the way the country is. So I wanted to lead the show off talking about it just to get it out the way real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily like, you know what I mean, to dig in too deep on it, because personally, I just think that we just need to mind our business because there's too much going on over here. Before I even get into the sports things, because today we got, you know what I'm saying, I got the Shedeur Sanders comments. I'm gonna get my take on that, on my thoughts on that. I'm gonna get my thoughts on the combine, the Tank Davis fight, Steelers. You know what I'm saying? So those are just some of the things I'm gonna get my thoughts on. But I want to get this out the way real quick. So let me go ahead and pull this video up, man. Get this video pulled up and play this video. So this is them in the Oval Office or whatever, via, I don't even know what this is. I hope I don't get copied. I hope they don't try to get me for this, but we'll do it. Go ahead, let's go.
He signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come to the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
Yeah.
Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You
God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what
I'm not
You're in
dictating.
no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're
will-
going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very
You
strong.
will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't
was
have
in-
the cards right now. With us, you start
I'm
having
not playing
cards. But
cards.
right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
Yeah, you're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What you
You're
thinking about?
gambling with
What you
World
thinking
War
about?
III. And
You-
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
I'm wearing
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war in
He's not
Texas,
speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a minute.
answer?
No, you're not allowed to talk.
Going
Your
down.
country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
We are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you,
I
the
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You
We
voted
gave
for
you
your president.
military equipment.
You
And you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about president?
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me.
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
Okay?
days, I heard it from Putin, in 3 days. This is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's gonna be a very hard
Period.
thing to do business like this. I
Again,
know you do.
just say.
Ah, damn. Hold up.
Except
To American
Except that there are
For
disagreements.
my niggas out there that's playing. Hey, yo, listen to me, bro. Listen. First of all, I get it. People say sports and politics don't mix. I'm gonna say this again before I get up into this and get my thoughts up on this video, right? There is politics in sports. And damn it, it's about time we start talking about some real shit sometimes. Because shit goes down in the country and we help distract people with our sports content and the things we talk about in sports, and I get it. But if you can't hack it, or if you dislike me because I feel a different kind of way or something, then maybe I'm just not the channel for you. But you know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. That's wrong with everybody. I should like you. I should be able to listen to you because your views are different from me. But we should be able to learn from each other. We should be able to have difficult conversations about things that, you know what I mean, that interest you and things that don't interest you and problems that you may have. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way we're going to grow, period, point blank. So I want to get that out the way first before I go into this. But there is politics in this shit. And I do want to speak on that. Now, about this whole situation, what's going on right now with this war that's going on over in Ukraine. How do I really feel about this? I feel like we should mind our business, right? Because let me look at this, right? Let me say it like this. When you raised, I don't know how y'all was raised, right? But I was raised in the inner city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And one thing that I learned is that you manage your damn business. And if two people that I knew, but I really didn't, you know what I'm saying? The two people that I know, you know what I mean? They're just acquaintances. This is how this exactly is. And the weaker person, the person who did not have ammunition, came to me and got ammunition. And I gave that person ammunition, you know what I'm saying, to go against this other person. That other person that is now going to feel some kind of way towards me. Because I get, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you just mind your business? There's too much going on over here. Now, I get it. There's some effed up stuff going on up over there. I get it, y'all. A lot of people feel different like that. I respect the army and everything, but there's too much going on over here in America. There's too much going, like, people is to be worried about what's going on overseas. And when you taking your people, when you got money coming out of your pocket to fund something else that's going on somewhere else that you haven't been, that you can't get to because you're too broke to get there, or you're working so hard and your tax money's coming out and it's funding something that you don't even know. We don't even know what the hell went on over there. That's the problem. Like, what happened? Like, if we're gonna pay for something, if you're gonna pay for something or fund a war or something, what is going on over there? What happened? What happened? Like, I do you know? Because I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know, like, what actually went on. Call me ignorant, call me whatever you want to say, you know what I mean? But I don't like it. Don't even. But one thing I do know, and the principles and the morals I grew up with is you mind your business. Mind your business. You know what I mean? Now, if correct me when I'm wrong out there in the comments later on, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When y'all get a chance to play back, whatever. But if I'm not mistaken, somebody crossed the line, told them, you ain't supposed to be over here. You got to get up out of here. They didn't get up out of there, and things went left. Now, for all we know, there probably never would have been a war that went on or whatever. We do know that, but we do know that Trump and Putin has had some kind of relationship or whatever that went on, a diplomacy. They had negotiations going on. You know what I mean? A business kind of relationship, to the point where I don't think that this probably would have ever happened had he been in there before. But that's my thing. Like I just don't understand this shit. I don't understand it at all. There's like, some people might think that there's a welfare crisis going on. I think that there's a lot of people that could benefit from that. And I also think that there is people who abuse the system. I believe that, you know what I mean, programs like Section 8 would have, if there was none of that program, then I would not have been on my way to own my first crib had there not been that program. But a lot of people don't know the programs like that, like, can help you own your house too. You know what I mean? But like I said, there's only people who wants to abuse it and just say, okay, I'm living rent free for however long, instead of trying to take the steps and get off it and better themselves and better their lives. There's a lot of people who abuse a lot of things, but you're going to find that in everything. But once this stuff and it gets defunded and it's not going to be anymore, and we're not going to have no choice but to get out here and work and to try to build something, then and you left with no choice but that, the things can get harsh. It can be harsh. If you're not going to get up and go get a job or get a hustle going, things is probably going to get harsh for you. But there's so much going on over here, man. So much. Like, I'm a truck driver. They trying to put us down to, 55 miles per hour. That's a big thing to us. Could y'all imagine a whole bunch of trucks on the highway going 55 miles an hour? We already hog some of the road up, and y'all get frustrated with us, and we doing the speed limit. So just imagine if we not doing the speed limit. We ain't gonna move out your way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, truck drivers don't get respected enough. We should be making way more money than what we making right now. Way more money. Back in the 70s, 80s, truck drivers was making enough money to put all their children through college, a 4-year institution. We ain't making that no more. I mean, we make good money. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing like that. Nothing like that no more. You got to have the years experience I got to even break 100,000 a year, to even get close to it. I got 9 years experience. You know what I mean? Anybody that got less than 5 years experience driving a tractor trailer right now on the road there's probably people that's working at Walmart in the warehouse making $25 an hour that's getting paid more than the truck driver. But see, that don't nobody care about that stuff. But we make the world go round. There's plenty shit going on in America, and that's just light. That's light. I'm talking light stuff. I'm talking about stuff that I know, problems that I know. There's stuff that's going on everywhere that need to be fixed here before we worried about going somewhere else and making some other problems disappear. Like, that's just crazy to me. But I gave my take on that. I spent too much time on that, and now I'm moving on. I'm gonna move on to the next subject because I'm done. I said what I needed to say. My take is, and just simple as, mine or damn business should never been in the first place. That's just me though. I don't care how you feel. However you feel is how you feel. I'm entitled to my opinion. Should have never been there in the first place. That's just how I feel about it. Period, point blank. We got people, you know what I'm saying? That's just it. Because there's just too much going on. Now, I do want to talk about some other things. Shedeur Sanders. Let's talk about this Shedeur Sanders thing before I get up into the fight. What does Shedeur Sanders have to say about when he was in the draft? They seen him. What did he have to say? Let's see what he had to say.
If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the culture, don't give me. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over. And I've done it over and over and over. So it should be no question why NFL franchise should pick me. You think I'm worried about what critics say or what people gotta say? You know who my dad is? They hated on him too. So it's
Ooh.
like it's almost normal. Without people hating, it's not normal for us. So we like diversity. We like everything that comes with the name. That's why we are who we are. If you try to change the franchise or the
Okay, too.
culture,
He said we like diversity. We like everything that come with it. That's how who we are. Now I will say this. Shout out to my uncle Facer. Shout out to Facer, man. What up, Facer? What up? What up? What up? He said this in a song a long time ago, and I put this on a bus page. I tagged the Colorado Buffaloes when I said this line. He said, "If it wasn't for haters, would you be you? I guess not. So I guess that I'm a hater too." Think about that. Think about that. This is way back in the early 2000s. Like this is way back early 2000, 2001, 2002 or something. This quote was wrote down and put in a song. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. If it wasn't for haters, would you be you? I guess not. So I guess that I'm a hater too. What? Come on, bro. Come on. Come on. And everybody knows you would be come on, like listen, you would be a hater, right? If you wouldn't be putting the clothes on that you put on. You wouldn't be putting that shit on, right? When you step up outside and taking pictures, if you didn't want somebody to say, "Ooh, that's fly," or somebody to say, "I don't like that," you wouldn't be doing that. You wouldn't be doing it. Come on now. Something else, like you wouldn't be putting rims on your Lexus, on your Beamer. You wouldn't buy a Beamer or a Lexus if you didn't want people to see what you was driving. Come on now. Come on now. Come with it now. Truck it like come on. Like we wouldn't do half of the stuff we did. So just as much as you're gonna get congratulated for, there's always gonna be people that's on the side that is going to hate what you do and hate what you talk about. But the only thing you could do is just keep on doing what you do and don't never stop doing what you do because sooner or later they come around. They will come around. You need you as much as love as you get, as much as haters you need to survive with it. And that's what I'm talking about. And do I got a problem with saying what he said? Hell no, I ain't got no problem with Two saying what he said. Because Two is the man. Two is the man. Shedeur Sanders is the man out there, dog. Let me just keep it a buck. Like what Shedeur Sanders said was right on damn time and about damn time that he bringing life and back to a boring ass NFL where you got to dress a certain way, where you got to talk a certain way, where you can't do this and you can't do that. Like he said, if you ain't trying to change the culture, then don't pick me up because I'm going to go somewhere else and I'm going to light your ass up. And I like the fact that there was other interviews that I've checked out that I didn't put on her, but I wanted to put this one on here because I seen this got a lot of feedback throughout the week or through past couple days. Now, Shedeur also came out and he talked about how he's nowhere near his peak and what he desires to be. And he got to put the work in and get to the point where he needs to be at. I love that shit, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. Because he is going to put in the work like I've been telling y'all for the past 10 videos that I made. If you've been watching me, I've been telling y'all and saying that Shedeur Sanders is going to work his ass off. I do think Cam Ward is going to work too, but one thing I do know about Shedeur Sanders is he is going to work to get better, even if he comes out this year and has a rough rookie year, right? And that's probably going to be expected if he goes to a team in the first four or the first four picks. The first four picks in the NFL, he goes to one of those teams. Let's keep it a buck right now. He's probably going to have a rough rookie year, especially if he winds up going to the Cleveland Browns and coming and fucking with Pittsburgh and the Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be rough as hell in the AC and the AFC North. Period. Point blank. Do not get it twisted. It is going to get rough for that man in the AFC North if it is. But he will adapt. I'd hope he don't ends up in Cleveland. Well, you know, the Cleveland fans, they deserve to have that, right? but there's so much money tied up into Deshaun Watson. I just don't know if they're ever going to be able to get the weapons. There's so much going on that Cleveland need to fix. Like that's not an ideal location for Shedeur Sanders. I mean, you got Deshaun Watson tied up into with the money he's tied up into. He didn't rehab the right way, re-injured his shit. You know what I'm saying? He got caught over 24 times getting the happy endings. Let's just call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just crazy to me by Instagram models. Then, but that ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just pointing out the facts, right? The shit that's been going on in Cleveland. They want to win. Cleveland, the dog pound is crazy. Crazy fans. There's a lot of cool fans too. I respect some Cleveland fans, and Cleveland fans respect me too. I've met a lot of them. And then on top of it, Myles Garrett don't even want to be there. The leader of your defense don't want to be there. He does not want to sign a new contract, and they're not trying to trade him. So they're holding him hostage and holding him to his contract pretty much. I mean, it is what it is. You sign that contract, you a grown man, you got to fulfill it. You can't say you don't want to go to work and whatever. But when you sign a contract, they pretty much own you. Now he probably have to retire, sit out a year or something like that to come back into the NFL, which is not worth it. Or just take the chances of going back to the Cleveland Browns. He don't want to be there. There's too much going on in Cleveland right now. Jerry Jeudy being there, I think is a plus, but I think they need more weapons to help out Shedeur if he was there, or Cam Ward. Like neither one of those guys going into that is not an ideal situation for either one of those quarterbacks, right? I just want to put that there. Now, do I see Shedeur being in Oakland with the Raiders? I like that. You know what I'm saying? Pete Carroll going there. I do think that he'll make Shedeur work for it. I do like him being in Vegas. You know what? With the star power he has, he will turn that into a franchise that is more than just a tourist attraction. Because that's what I think about Las Vegas. That's like a tourist attraction football team right now. You know what I'm saying? That's somewhere when you go to Vegas, you could go to a game in football season. Because, like, let's keep it real. Is a lot of those original Oakland fans really going all the way to Vegas? Do Vegas really, really love football like that to the point where they're going to really start representing that team and really loving it? The love, like how you got Philly, what to the Eagles is to Philly, the Steelers to Pittsburgh, the Cowboys to Dallas, so forth and so on, etc. Is that ever going to happen in Las Vegas? I think that can happen if they get some star power like Shedeur Sanders through that door. He'll bring a lot to that team, you know what I mean? And get a lot more Las Vegas kids and teens and, you know what I mean, the younger crowd back into football. And essentially, you know, their parents be wanting to take them to games. And that's how you build a fan base right there, I think, is through him. So I think that'd be a great move. And then having somebody like Pete Carroll that's proven in this league to turn teams around like Seattle, I think that's a good pick for him. Now, is it fair for Shedeur to slide later on down in the draft? Like, I don't know, but it seems like a lot of people want him to slide. Let me keep that a buck too. It seems like there's a lot of people out there that want him to slide down, that don't think he should be getting paid top 10 money. I'm going to keep it real. If Shedeur Sanders wind up going to any team that's later than pick 12 and that needs a quarterback, you know, via Pittsburgh Steelers, or if the Steelers had made a move to get Shedeur, I think that, and with no questions asked, I think that we know what that's going to be. You know what that's going to be in a couple years. You know what I'm saying? You know what that's going to be in a couple years. Super Bowl City. He's like, let's just call it what it is. So y'all better hope and pray that Shedeur Sanders is a top 5 pick. What up, Raw? What's cracking with you, bro? What it is? What it do? What it do, Rawhide? You know what I'm saying? I see you out there. I appreciate you tuning in. Let me drop the link, man. I ain't even drop it, but I'm gonna drop it for y'all, man, out there, man. Drop the link. What's up? Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. And I like the way the Shedeur. I like the way the Shedeur coming in and doing this thing. And if we better hope he go to a top 5 team. They better hope. Everybody that don't want him to be picked in the top 5, you better hope he do, because if he get picked any later than, to me, like I said, any later than 10, he mess around and get the team ready to go. You know what I'm saying? With his skills and with what he can do and he's going to get better, and he wants to get better. And that's what I like about a lot of his interviews that he put out there. Yeah, he put his cocky, confident attitude, swagger out there that a lot of people's not used to. Like, it's about time that y'all start letting, let me just say it like this. Let brothers be brothers. Let people be who they are. Let people be who they are. It don't matter. Like, be who you are. If you a brother and you like country music, be who you is, bruh. Be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Be the country boy that you is, and be it proud. If you a person that like hip hop music and you want to turn your hat backwards and wear chains, do that. Do that. If you want to wear cowboy hats and cowboy boots with the shiny big butt buckles, do that. Be who you is. It's about time we start letting people be who they are and stop trying to put people in a box. You know what I'm saying? And say that, oh, I don't like the way you doing this, or you might be doing that. Like, no, 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 no. Let people be who they are, because everybody is different, and you don't always have to follow suit of what's the popular thing going on, because I don't like doing that. I damn sure don't like doing that at all. I like being different. I like being air quote weird. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be what everybody else is. Period, point blank. And that's the way that I was taught. And I commend Shedeur Sanders for saying what he said in his interviews, and I stand by him 100%. I'm stamping this USDA certified Shedeur Sanders on his quotes. If you're not trying to change your franchise and culture, then don't get him. Period. I like it. Now, Tank Davis and Lamont Roach is about to box. They is about to go at it. This is just a little clip. Made a little bet. If you read Tank's
There
book,
they are, ladies and gentlemen. The stare down and a few words exchanged.
You want bet? He threw his hand out for a handshake. You see his hand out. Lamont Roach. They made a bet. He won't stop him.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen.
He gave Tank the motivation he needed, bro, for this fight. Tank Davis, like I told y'all before, right? Now, I don't claim to know everything about boxing, but I know enough, and I do my research on my shit before I get up out here, and I'm talking to y'all about it enough to know, right? And we all seen Tank's recent interviews where Tank was like, I want to box to get my mom out the hood. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't care about belts. You know what I mean? I don't care about fighting everybody I want me to fight. You know what I mean? Making the biggest fights. I care about getting the biggest bag and knocking somebody out. That's it. I'll knock somebody out to get the biggest bag. He don't really care about the legacy, but let's keep it real. He do like the sport of boxing. And from what I'm hearing from a lot of boxing things, and if you look up Lamont Roach is a good ass contender for this fight. Now, did we know Lamont Roach? No, we did not know Lamont Roach. And that's what Tank Davis is doing right now. He's putting the world on notice. Now, whether Roach win this fight or not, his name is out there. They're both from the DMV area. Lamont Roach Jr. is from Washington, D.C. area. Tank Davis is from Baltimore. That is considered the DMV area. Maryland, Baltimore, D.C. area. You know what I'm saying? That's all one area for real, for real. But listen, that's really not, because Washington cats don't mess with Baltimore cats. But he's trying to bridge a gap here. You know what I'm saying? So this fight means a lot to people in the DMV right now. Trust me. Trust me, this fight right now in the DMV area is going down. They is talking heavy cash shit to each other. But it's all in good fun. They came up together in the boxing circuit. The DMV is the biggest, I would say one of the biggest East Coast boxing areas. Like, they box out there. You got to know how to fight growing up out there. I had my man Daryl Clifton from DC. That's all he did was box. We was worried about playing football. He was worried about throwing hands. He was knocking out grown men when he was 16 years old. We 15, 16 years old. He knocking out grown men for fun because he was a hell of a boxer. Had hands like crazy. Wind up doing some time I ain't really like. You know what I'm saying? What up, Raw?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Hey, nothing. Chilling, man. What's up with it?
Oh, it's two of me up here, bro. I'm on my phone. It's hard. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's two of you up here, though. Yeah. Yeah. Raw.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, just kick whatever one that's not talking. Yeah, okay, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey man, how you doing? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing all right. I'm doing good, fam. You know what I'm saying? You know, had to jump up out here on a live real quick, you know what I'm saying? Do my little live thing, do my live stream, and then chop it up, put it out. You know how I go. You know how I go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working on. Oh, what up? Oh shit, he done lost connection. You done lost connection, Raw. It's all good. There it is.
You got me now?
Yeah, you back.
Okay. Bet. Hey, my bad. You talking about boxing right now. I was gonna chime in on your other point.
What? Shedeur?
Yeah. What were you saying about it?
I like what Shedeur had to say.
Oh yeah, I mean it's good to be confident in everything. Listen. You know how I feel about him. I think he's the best quarterback coming out in this draft class.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? Speaking about narratives, right? And what people saying. I was just having a conversation with another guy. And he was talking about how unfair criticism. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to have this discussion if people are not aware about drafting and draft grades and all that and expectations and what people looking for. Bro, I mean, when Tom Brady came out, part of the reason why he was drafted in the 6th round is because his arm wasn't strong. He didn't have no spectacular arm. That was a knock on Tom Brady. But if you mention it about Shedeur, right, then it's the end of the world, right? I mean, they trying to hold him back, and
Yeah.
especially the teams that have these draft picks outside of the Raiders. You, that's them cold weather teams, bro. I mean, if he goes to the Jets,
Right.
he's playing at the Jets home. He's playing at the Jets, so that's either 8 or 9 games, right? 17-game season. They generally split them in half, so that's either 8 or 9 games in New York. Then in the same conference, right? You got to go to New England. You get to go to Miami, which is cool, right? Miami, and then you got who's the other team, bro?
That might get him.
No. If he goes to the Jets, you play in the Jets, right? 8 or 9 games. Then you got to go to New England. You play in New England. You play in Miami,
Buffalo.
which is a good spot. No, not. They're not in the same conference. They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
So then he got to go to Buffalo.
Right.
My question is, name me a successful cold weather team that had a quarterback that's probably going to measure in at 6 feet 3/4, maybe, right? It's
Right.
probably going to be 6 feet 3/4 with a average arm that plays in that environment. Name a successful quarterback that had those particular type of attributes or characteristics that was successful, that played in that environment up north.
That Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson playing Seattle.
That's the North.
Well, Seattle weather ain't like that, bro. In Seattle, bro, they got green grass year round, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, in the North, 6-foot quarterback. It's tough to name one that was successful. You're right about that. It's tough to name one. I'm thinking off top right now. No, I can't think of one off top right now
Right,
that
and
was successful.
I ain't trying to pin you down, and nor am I trying to say that there ain't one. I'm just saying, coming off the dome, I just can't. I can't ramble one off.
Right.
But I can ramble off the big ones I can ramble off who was successful. Tom Brady 6'4", Big Ben, Roethlisberger, was he 6'6"? You
Yeah.
got Josh Allen 6'4". Vinny T. Who else was successful?
Would you say Mark Sanchez did all right?
No, he didn't.
Like you said, Vinny T.
I mean, I'm just coming off the dome, but those type of characteristics and attributes for a quarterback, bro, that's just it's not a knock on him per se, but it's about the type of quarterback that you want playing in that type of environment.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, hell, Buffalo drafted Josh Allen out of Wyoming partly because of that. The size.
Mm-hmm.
What? Western 5'10"? Can't believe it.
What?
Cannot believe it, bro. But he only 163 pounds. And he got small hands. 8 inches. But no. Shedeur he measured in a 6'1". Okay, so he measured in a 6'1". So what did I say? 6'3". All right.
Yeah.
So bet. So I was a quarter off.
So he measured in that 6'1", small
212.
hand, you said?
212, hands 9. No, it's okay. 9 inches and 3/8. So that's okay. Kinda. But so those type of measurements, man, who plays in that environment, bro? That's that type of statue.
Off top, it's hard for me to come off the top right now with the quarterback right now, like that comes out with those type of measurements. But I get where you're coming from with that though. So you don't rock with the comments.
What do you mean? That off the field stuff, bro? I don't even acknowledge it. But what do you mean what he said? Yeah, I mean, I'm good with him being confident. I ain't got no problem with that. But I think what he is addressing, he's talking he, and I get it. I think he's addressing something that ain't there. Like, I don't know, a person saying that you shouldn't be drafted at, maybe they don't think you're a top 10 draft pick.
Right.
I think I think, well, they could be talking about talent, but I also see the people who got the picks up there. It's gonna be difficult. Arm strength matters.
Yes, it does. That quarterback.
It took Tom Brady 3 Super Bowls and getting Randy Moss before he turned in to the caliber of quarterback that we see today. Where you can put how about this? That you can put the game in his hands for him to win one for you.
Yes,
Tom Brady wasn't asked to win no ball games through his first 3 Super Bowl, bro.
No, and that a lot of people forget that about Tom Brady. A lot of people forget that was that New England defense that was tough and stacked, and the running game they had up there that helped him tremendously with that offense.
Yeah, he was a game manager, bro. That's it. And he went to a team that was already in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, boy got hurt. That's how he took over. He took over because Bledsoe got hurt. So Bledsoe supposed to be the Super Bowl champion, but he got hurt.
Yeah.
So you got to ask yourself a question. I mean, I personally would like to see him go for his personal success, go to the Raiders, right? Rams, you can't go to the Rams because Rams didn't make the move with Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think people are necessarily hating. I think people are looking at what is traditionally a successful quarterback in this league.
Okay. So you're looking at like the traditional quarterback. I feel like what I felt coming from that, his whole statement was, if you know what I'm saying, he want to change the franchise. I stand by that. That's what I was talking about. The whole statement, the statement about it. Now, if we talking if we talking football and his on the field thing, the things that Shedeur Sanders can do, he's going to work to get. He's going to work. He's definitely going to work to get it where he need to be. And I do think that he needs to go in the later rounds. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I was talking about. I don't know if you heard me say it. They better hope he go in the top 5, because then he probably won't be successful in the first couple of years. But if he goes later, then the Oakland Raiders picking at number 6, then I think that he will become a good quarterback. I think he needs to go, and I stand on that. And I heard Solid say it. So I like to give people credit when we on panels and everything, because I don't like to just, you know what I'm saying, spew out things and say, oh, he took what I said or whatever. But I do think he need to sit though. I think Shedeur Sanders needs to go in the league. I think a lot of these quarterbacks need to sit for a year or two, or you know what I mean, wait their turn. And then I think we'll see this class of 2025 become successful, because I don't see these quarterbacks going to any NFL team and immediately making an immediate impact on the team and getting them ready. But I do see these quarterbacks in 2025 getting ready and then being good in the latter years. I do see this class working. This is a class that is all going to work. I see with the positions like receiver and quarterback, these all positions that need to develop. But the problem is, and the only thing that's going through my mind raw is a lot of these teams are not developing talent anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to get that. Like for instance, my Pittsburgh Steelers, right? We have been picking offensive linemen, but we have not been developing these guys. We've been getting the right statures, the guys with the long arms, big hands, good good first step, good you know what I mean? All the attributes you need out of a lineman to get them where you need to go. But without Mike Munchak there to develop these guys, nobody has been being developed. And now we don't got Pouncey there or Kevin Dotson. They was helping out a lot. I read a piece last week or like 2 weeks ago that Marquise, that Pouncey and Dotson was actually helping develop a lot of our guys, you know, on the offensive line, because the coach, after Mike Munchak left, just didn't know what the hell he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't developing these guys, and that's a problem. And I think that's not only going on in the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, but I think that's going on in a lot of organizations. And I think that's where, I ain't trying to make excuses, but I think that's what Coach Prime was talking about, where he wanted his son to go somewhere where they were going to develop him and, you know, and and help out with his game, instead of just getting him there with the skills he already have and expecting him to go in the NFL and be successful. Because we all know that a lot of these guys, you know, a lot of rookies, period, need to be developed in their latter year in the NFL anyway. They all need to be developed. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of teams are not doing that. What up, Alpha Roo? What up?
Yo, y'all in here cooking. What up with you?
There ain't nothing. Chilling, man. Chilling. You know.
About to cook. Y'all getting ready for these quarterbacks and receivers and these running
Yes,
backs.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. This Pittsburgh day today. This Pittsburgh day. Y'all need all them motherfuckers. Y'all need every goddamn quarterback, wide receiver, and running back.
Ah, shit.
Hey, you laugh because you know I'm right.
Yeah.
Y'all.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
DJ Giddens, so I hope y'all.
We are in trouble. We are in trouble. But we got 60.
Closer than you think. I think you're closer than you think. Because look. We said the new NFL is a quarterback that can run and throw, a good running game, and a good defense. I think Pittsburgh is closer than you fucking think. Just put the pieces together. Y'all not far off, bro. And in the NFL, you can go from shit to sugar real quick, and you can go from sugar to shit. So you're not that far off, bro.
Yeah, we got a decent run game. Decent.
You got two quarterbacks that can actually play that role. Get you. You got O-line. You got the personality, and you got the what do you call it? You got the attitude. You got the Philadelphia Eagles attitude without the players. Get the players, and how Philadelphia Eagles played. That's Pittsburgh Steelers football.
All the way.
That's
all the way through
football. You just gotta lean into that shit. Lean into it.
That's a fact.
I don't think Pittsburgh.
Huh?
Yeah, I agree with you, Alpha.
Now the only difference between you and them, you in a tough ass conference. Philadelphia don't have to go up against Baltimore and Cincinnati and them motherfuckers on a constant basis. Or just to get to the Super Bowl, they don't have to go through Kansas City Chiefs. But fuck it. We'll worry about that when we worry about it. In the meanwhile, just get the shit right, bro. Just get the shit right.
That's all we gotta do. We got 60 million in cap space, man. We amongst the
Y'all need to
amongst
get that D-line right, though. Y'all need to make sure y'all be able to put pressure on that goddamn quarterback.
That's a fact. Raw, how you got two more you got another one popping up again, Raw.
I don't know what I'm doing, bro. What is this, bro? Listen, bro. This thing right here is crazy. But
Why they keep doubling them up? Somebody done hacked this shit.
bro, and then y'all, Alf was going in. He was talking. I couldn't hear him. He was just going in and out, in and out. So I had to go out and I came back in. But can y'all hear me clear now?
I can hear you real clear.
Okay, then. But I agree with Alf on that. I think Pittsburgh is extremely close. But the point about Shedeur, I think we.
I ain't that one.
Man, I was listening to Gilbert Arenas, for instance, right? I was gonna do it short. Y'all don't mind if I go on a tangent real quick, do you?
No, go ahead.
Go on a tangent. I didn't. But first, I didn't hear what y'all said about Shedeur. I just came in. I didn't hear nothing y'all said about Shedeur. But go ahead on your tangent.
Well, trucking can tell you more better than I can. Go ahead and tell me what you were saying, trucking.
I was saying that I like what he said. I like everything that he said. That about you, if he ain't trying to change the franchise and the culture, then don't pick him up. I like that. I like that confidence that he had. He said something at the end of it, like,
wait a minute, time out. Shedeur Sanders said, if you not trying to change the culture of your team, then don't draft me.
Yes, he did. He said, if you ain't trying to change the franchise and the culture, then don't get me.
Okay. Hold. I'm gonna let Rawhide cook. But when you say that, what is your culture? What's the culture? What is Shedeur's culture?
What is their culture, Shedeur Sanders?
Yeah, what is the Shedeur Sanders culture? What does that mean? Change it to what? To what? What are you bringing to us? What are you bringing to us? What culture are you providing?
Is he a winning culture?
He's providing a winning culture.
I'm gonna play super fan today. Y'all get on me, right? I'm gonna play super fan today, and y'all get me, and y'all get at me now.
Okay, I'm gonna get at your ass for real.
All right. So, what he mean by culture is that he gonna bring a winning culture to whatever team drafts him, and if you ain't ready to win and get behind him, then don't draft him.
Wait a minute. Win games or win championships?
He won't.
He ain't won a big game in his whole college career.
He ain't never had no pro offensive line. He ain't had a whole bunch of
fuck all that. Fuck all. Come on. That's not how it go. It don't go like that. He didn't have what he had. He's never won a big game. Yeah. He's never won a big game. I'm gonna say that shit. I'm gonna say it for the people in the back. Shedeur Sanders, whether it was HBCU or Pac-12 or G5 Big 12, he's never won a big game. He's never beaten anybody in the top 25.
He's always won wherever he went. He won at Jackson State.
If you're talking about winning some, but hold on. If you're talking about winning some games, cool. Yeah. If you fuck it. Okay. We'll win some games. We'll be the new Dallas Cowboys. That's cool. Okay, cool. Okay, I ain't mad at you with that. But don't be over here talking this big Willie shit like you trying to win championships when you can't even beat goddamn Kansas or BYU or goddamn North Carolina Central or South Carolina State. You can't beat none of them motherfuckers. And you had better teams. I'm talking about when you had the better team, you still didn't win the game.
He's always had a shitty O-line everywhere he was at.
No, he didn't. He had the number one O-line in Black College and still couldn't win. He had 1,000-yard rusher and still couldn't win. He had Division I. He had a future Heisman Trophy winner in Black College and still couldn't win. So what we talking about?
Well, he had a shitty O-line up at Colorado, and we all know it.
He had a shitty O-line because he hold the ball. I promise you this. The O-lineman on his team they gonna call it. I bet you wherever he go, they're gonna call his O-line shitty because they're gonna blame every sack on their ass. And most of that shit, the nigga needs to throw the ball away.
He gonna go if he go to the Oakland Raiders, which is ideal. Pete Carroll is going to make sure that he gonna work for the starting position. First of all, he not gonna get on the field and just get out there. He gonna have to work for the starting position because he's a old school type of coach. He's a more traditional type of quarterback. Shedeur Sanders is
not if he drafted number 6 in the draft. Not if he drafted 5 or 6. He's not gonna work for it, bruh. No matter what, whoever starts, we know by the end of the year that number 6 pick is gonna be starting at quarterback, bro. The
And
only way the other motherfucking quarterback stays starting is if the Oakland Raiders are in playoff contention, which is more than likely won't be. If they 500 or below by week 7, bring in Shedeur. I don't give a fuck what the other quarterback was doing.
Man, give Shedeur a nice running game, man. He gonna take off. Give him a nice running game.
I've seen him with a 1,000-yard running back and couldn't beat a black college in a championship game.
But I mean, let's keep it a buck. He had Travis Hunter was hurt damn near that whole damn year, or that for most of that season down there at Jackson State.
Hold on, let me tell you how much talent he had at Jackson State. That nigga has so much talent. They said that Jackson State had the most talent in FCS, including North Dakota State, including Montana, including Youngstown State. I'm not asking him to beat North Dakota State. I'm asking him to beat North Carolina Central, bro.
And they the truth. They not
the truth.
They good. They was good.
You know what their record? Hold up. You know what their record was in coming into that game?
What was their record, Alpha?
Their record going into that game, I want to say it was like 8-4. They barely won their conference.
Now Shedeur Sanders. He going.
Trucking, come on, bro. What you doing? You gotta.
I'm gonna let him keep cooking himself. I'm gonna let him cook himself.
I gotta play super fan right now. I'm telling
you. See, I don't mind people saying Shedeur Sanders is good. That's cool and all. I get it. It's when y'all niggas put all that extra sauce on it, like he's motherfucking Jesus with a 12 jersey on.
That nigga,
he's an okay quarterback. He's okay. He's no different than any nigga that came out of Hawaii. They don't run the ball. They sling the ball. He's
gonna work his ass off.
Huh?
He gonna work his ass off. That we know that about him.
He gonna do what?
He gonna work his ass off. We know that about Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders will get out there and work his ass off.
Who don't?
To get better.
Who don't work their ass off, bro?
A lot of people don't stay focused and locked in. A lot of people don't. You know that. You know a lot of people. You know this. So I'm not saying something that ain't true. That ain't true. A lot of people don't stay locked in and focused in their locker rooms, and he's gonna do that.
Hold on. Let me get in. The only part with that statement when people say they're gonna work their ass off, right? Let's say that statement you just made. Right?
Yeah.
That's not a differing point from anybody though. Like that point can go across the board with everybody. So it's really not a point. You see what I'm saying? So to say he's going to do something, I can say that about anybody. So that point is really a wash.
But that's all he does. That's all he ever did. That's all Shedeur Sanders has ever done is worked his ass off to get better at quarterback. He didn't know how to throw a ball when he first started playing quarterback.
That's not true.
What? How is this not true? We hear you talk about it all the time.
You want me to tell you? I'm gonna kill you.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish. Al, I just want to get this point. Trucking. Do Jackson Dart work his ass off?
I don't know if Jackson Dart don't talk about work, but I'm sure he does. I'm sure he practices hard. Yeah.
So you would bet that Jackson Dart has never said, "I'm going to work hard."
Hold up, what?
Would you bet? Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Would you bet Jackson Dart has never said, "I work hard"?
I'm sure that Jackson Dart has said that.
So if just like Shedeur Sanders said it, so that's a wash point. Everybody says that.
Okay.
So we got to give everybody that. So that doesn't make you different than nobody.
But what I'm talking about Shedeur Sanders and how much he has worked and progressed every year. He's gotten better every year.
I'm gonna be real with you. And we're gonna keep this shit funky. We're gonna keep it super funky. If Shedeur Sanders was not black, he would be the silver spoon quarterback, bro.
Man, y'all some haters, man. Y'all hating on Shedeur, man. Y'all hating on Shedeur, man. Y'all some haters, man.
No. Don't get pussyfied now. Don't get pussyfied now.
Y'all hating on Shedeur, man.
Hold up. Let me finish in the bottom. Hold up. I ain't done yet. I ain't done yet. If Shedeur Sanders wasn't black, he'd be the silver spoon quarterback with a daddy that's always coached him and he started at quarterback. That's what
okay, cool.
The only
Okay, that's
difference is
cool.
the nigga got a rap album.
That don't he could rap. That nigga could rock gold chains, rock
You
his
know how
hat
many white
backwards.
quarterbacks I done seen that always got the chance to start because they fixed it so they started? If he was a white boy quarterback, y'all would say that motherfucker ain't good.
Y'all feel some type of way because that motherfucker going to combine talking the way he talk with his hat backwards and his gold chains on,
I don't care. I just don't. I need to be backed up by something.
Why y'all feel some kind of way about you, man?
You can't
Y'all
have
know two did it doing this damn thing. Y'all know that man work hard, man. Y'all know he work hard. Y'all know he be doing this damn thing on that football field. Like we talk ball, we know he be ball.
Your pussy hurt. My bad. Let me stop.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know what time it is with Shedeur Sanders, dog.
That struck a nerve.
Hey, Albert, he trolling, bro.
I know he is. I love it. He gotta keep it entertained. He got so when niggas get the playback, when they get the playback. So this so let me break it down to you. So even though I'm saying all of that shit, that does not mean Shedeur cannot be successful in the NFL. So you got to disconnect the two things of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you haven't earned the right to talk that big Willie shit because everything has been given to you.
What they get at, man?
That nigga has been given. The motherfucker Deion Sanders did not sign with Auburn because he wanted to make sure Shedeur was going to start. So that's why he picked Colorado over Auburn, bruh.
He was going to start at Auburn too.
Hell no. Don't start that bullshit.
Who was at Auburn?
Don't start that shit.
Who was at Auburn? I was about to start over Shedeur Sanders.
Don't start that shit, bro. Come on, bro.
Who did Auburn have?
Auburn had 4 and 5 stars that were better than him.
But who? What's their names?
They got shitloads of them. 6'5" niggas running 4.4s.
What's his name? A 6'5" nigga running 4.4? That's his name.
Throw the ball further than 50 yards. They got them niggas.
But who? What's his name? Where he go?
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. He did not go there because he knew I can go to Colorado. They ain't got shit over there.
Man,
and I gotta bring my Louis luggage. Auburn already had Louis. They just needed a coach. Shedeur, Sanders don't want to coach nobody. He want to bring the fake Louis.
I agree with they got Louis already.
He can't go to no goddamn Auburn. They already got Louis. We just need a coach. He like, fuck.
He said, what'd you say, Loud? He's like, what?
They probably had everything, but could you imagine with Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter over there at Auburn? What they had did? Oh my Lord. With everybody that was already over there, man, Shedeur behind that Auburn offensive line, man, forget about it. SEC Shedeur Sanders.
Hold on. I was with you. I was kind of weak. I was with Alf up until the Auburn point, but I ain't with you on that point. Talking about what he would have did at Auburn, bro. He would have had the coach over there, bro. You can't walk around with the head set up, and you got to answer questions. You can't go in there and filibust. You can't go in there when they ask you a question and then you filibust, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna ask that question again because you didn't answer it. You ain't gonna get away with that. You know, you can't bully reporters at Auburn, bro. It just ain't gonna happen. So that's I don't think Auburn ever wanted him, but
where Alpha go?
Did he leave?
Yeah, he got pussy hurt. He got hurt. He got pussy hurt and ran up out of here.
You're doing good as a super fan. I can say that. You're doing good, bro. You're doing good, bro. You're doing good, but yeah, that was crazy.
Oh man, I'm just saying, like look, right? You know,
the stuff that you're saying has nothing to do with football as far as the attributes that you argue that he work hard, bro. They all work hard. What's the name?
Okay.
Let's talk about some tangible stuff.
Now, okay. All right.
That Kansas game, that was probably his most important game of his career, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe wins is a quarterback stat. I don't believe that. But you have to say that Kansas game was a playoff game, and he lost.
Yeah.
They lost, bro. Because if they beat Kansas, they in the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, but did he lose? Did he lose to Kansas? I mean, the team lost to Kansas. They couldn't stop Giddens.
Now, see, here we go. Right. See, that's what we call, that's an actual movement of the goalpost. Because guess what? When Buffalo won, don't they say, didn't Josh Allen got beat by Kansas City? Don't they say that? But did Josh Allen actually lose the game? You see what I'm saying?
I get you. I get where you're coming from. So
that's moving the goalpost.
So all right, so then I'll say that he did everything he had to do in that game.
You still moving the goalpost.
Shedeur Sanders did what he had to do in that Kansas game.
What I'm saying is you're changing how people evaluate the quarterback position. So we don't say that nothing else. Guess what? Justin Fields, when Pittsburgh lost, when Justin Fields was playing, they say Justin Fields didn't do it, which he wasn't the reason.
No, he wasn't.
Bro, they do it all the time. So why are you changing that? You see what I'm saying? So, hey, when you're a quarterback, you get the credit for the wins. When you didn't do it, i.e. Brady, and you get credit for the losses.
Get closer to your mic, Raw, or something, so we can hear you better.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you, but it sounds like you far away from your microphone.
I got a headset on, actually.
Oh, okay.
But maybe I just need to let me speak a little lower. The point is, though, is that for the wins, quarterbacks get credit. For the losses, they take that too. The only problem I got with people is when they try to change stuff for different people. You see what I'm saying? But that's nice. I get it. I just don't do that. You know what I mean? I just don't do it. It is what it is. You know, and that's what I was gonna say earlier. Like, I'm listening to Gilbert Arenas, right? He was on First Take. And it was him, Stephen A. Smith, and then you had the dude that covers I forgot what his name is, the headset white guy. And they're having a conversation here. They're talking about different eras and comparing it. And I'm listening. That ain't the point. I'm going to back off of that because that's really not the point.
We was talking intangibles. We was talking Shedeur Sanders tangibles. That's what we were talking about.
That's not the point to be made here. The point is, though, is that intangibles. See, I hate that too. See, the intangible word is the word that when we talk about quarterbacks is the word they used to use to keep the black quarterback down. Oh, Tim Tebow, look, he's a winner. Man, he's a leader. Look at his intangibles. See, that's what they used to say. Keep the black dude down.
All right.
You know, oh, he's from a great family. You see, them intangibles, bro.
Right.
Them hot words that they use, right, to elevate those that they like and put down those that they don't. I don't care nothing about no intangibles. What do you do on the field? Again, I think Shedeur is the best quarterback in the draft. I believe that. But because I believe that, I am not changing how I evaluate or how I view the draft and how quarterbacks to be picked. I don't, bro. Okay, fine. Shedeur saying, I'm going to get up there and I'm going to outwork him. Okay, if 5 other quarterbacks get up there and say the same thing, what does that mean? That's a wash.
I feel that point. You got that. You win that. You win that point. I lost. Raw had 1, Chubby 0 on that 1 point. I got you. I take that. He worked now, but I only mention that because he's always gotten better. What I should have said is he's progressed every season. Shedeur Sanders has gotten better every season in college football. The one thing that he has not got better on is how many sacks he has taken and holding the ball too long. And I'm concerned about that. Is that a bad habit that he is not willing to change? Like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he can be coached out of that, though. I don't even see that point. I think he can be coached out of that. I think the only reason he holds the ball long because he had poor coaching. I think that's the only reason. So if he didn't have poor coaching, I don't believe he would have done that. If he had been coached by Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, James Franklin, you can name them, right?
Okay.
He wouldn't have been doing that. I don't believe he would have done that.
All right.
Because the first time he did it, they would have warned him. The second time he did it, they would have benched him. See, guess what? So now guess what? His next go around, the next opportunity he get, he ain't doing it no more. That's just bad coaching. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I think that's less about Shedeur and more about coaching. Now, you follow what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, you cooking.
So that I ain't really on that. I ain't knocking him for that. But
so Rawhide blaming his daddy.
What up, Cliff?
I didn't even say his daddy. I said coaching.
you blaming Deion.
It could be the OC. It could be the quarterback coach. It could be other people, right? I'm just saying. You know, it ain't Deion necessarily. I mean,
Alpha Roo back. He must took his tampon out.
My phone died. I had to get to a charger. I didn't even know I was
You had
low.
changed your tampon, nigga.
I'm here to stir the pot this morning.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Let's get it.
We letting Trucker be super fan for the day. Let him be super fan for the day.
He's super fan. Fuck super fan trucker. So
That's right.
So again, I think that's what that is. I don't blame Shedeur for holding the ball. So the next point. The deal is the type of quarterback he is, I just don't think it's conducive for those how about this Northeast team? Because again, Seattle, a lot of people don't understand. Seattle, it does get cold, but it really ain't cold.
Okay.
Seattle more akin. I mean, Washington is more akin to Tennessee than it is Buffalo, New York.
Okay. Or Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yeah, it's more akin to that because they get that breeze off the Pacific.
Yeah, they get more tropical like weather, more rain and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But
like I said, go ahead, Alfred.
I'm not about to say I agree with you, but I just want to say this before y'all keep cooking. The real deal about the comments that he made about if you ain't trying to do this, then don't draft me. You want to be the real deal is, and I hate when people do this. Dude, you ain't like that, dog. You ain't physical. You ain't that dude like that to say that.
He is that dude like that, though. That's what I'm saying, though. Like he is.
Brady. He's literally Tom Brady, bro. He's Tom Brady.
He's Tom Brady.
He's gonna need so much shit to be successful. He's gonna need a running game. He's gonna need the best O-line. He's gonna need a defense. He's gonna need so much shit to win games. Damn, nigga, I don't need you then. If I got all that shit, I really don't need you.
Shedeur Sanders need a team full of professional athletes that are coming to work every day, putting their hard hat on with their lunch pail in their hand. That's gonna come do their damn job, and he gonna do his job and take them to the promised land. That's what Shedeur Sanders is gonna do.
Okay, I got one question. Excuse me, I got one question that I've been asking everybody. When you watch Shedeur, what's one thing that pops for you that he does?
Well,
as a quarterback,
he's tough. He's tough. He takes hits.
No, he can take some hits.
Oh yeah, toughness through the roof.
Okay, now
very accurate.
Now that's what those are the two things I hear. But the first thing I hear is what Alpha said. Toughness. Okay, we like our quarterback to be tough.
Yeah, he don't mind taking shots.
Right. We like accuracy in a quarterback.
But he stays calm too, though. After those hits, too, Cliff. Go ahead, though.
Shut up, please.
But the problem is why he's not mad is because he can't blame them hits on nobody else. When you don't pick up the blitz and linebacker, that's your man. You can't be mad at me, and that's your man, nigga. Why? Who he gonna yell at?
It's O-line.
How? That's not his man. That's not their man. That's his man.
That is so true.
How he gonna yell at somebody when it's his fault he got sacked?
That's so true.
All right. He gonna get on a professional team. He gonna do what he do. But what was you saying?
Hold on, Trucker. Because I think that's an excellent point that Alpha brought up.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this for your listeners, not so I'm asking you, but I'm asking the listeners, right? So when they listen. So my question is, do you understand what Alpha mean by that?
Explain this.
Okay.
So Colorado, and most of the times, it happens all the time. You got 5 O-linemen blocking, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If they send 6, who's responsible for the sixth player?
You're right. Quarterback should be.
Say it. Say who it is. Who is it? Who is it?
Quarterback.
Okay. If you don't throw the hot route and your ass gets sacked, how the fuck am I gonna get up and yell at you when that's my man? Or I got something even simpler. If I got something even simpler, we on the 5-yard line. It's a 3-step blocking scheme. That means it's a quick set. We know the ball's gonna be out in 3 steps. On the 3rd step, the ball got to be out. If you don't throw the ball on the 3rd step and you don't throw the ball out of bounds, how am I mad at you because I ran back 25 yards? That ain't his fault. That's your fault, nigga. That's you.
Yeah.
They got a little bit of things he need to work on. Yeah, sure. Just like everybody else.
I got another one. We got an RPO fake to pause the defensive end to make him stop his feet for a second so the guard can come over there and block him.
All right, that right there.
If you don't do the fake, how the fuck are you mad at me when you don't even fake the ball? And then you get hit.
That is a coaching problem, right? Because he does not have the hot route built into his offensive scheme
yes,
to
he does.
call it.
Yes, he does.
You shouldn't have said that,
What?
Yes, he does.
How?
Yeah, Truckee, my brother. He sounds like a super fan today.
Hold on, like I am a super fan today. I'm super fan trucking right now. You ain't know, Cliff? Y'all finna give it to me today, Cliff. Cliff Rob had an uproot is finna get on. I'm super fan trucking today. There is no way we're gonna sit here and say that he had hot routes built into that system and that offensive scheme when we know they damn near wasn't there all the time. And
So
when
you
that play
telling
was
me you telling me Pat Shermer, an NFL offensive coordinator, doesn't have hot routes in his system?
Where was the hot route in those particular plays? You tell me that.
It could be a slant, it could be a goal, it could be a hitch, it could be a swing. You gotta throw it. If you stop looking at Travis all the time, your hot route was to the left, nigga. Your hot route was on the left side.
Yeah, he missed that a couple times. I seen that in the Nebraska game. I seen that in the North Dakota State game. I seen that in the Baylor game.
Keep going,
He missed it. He missed it a couple times.
Keep going.
But why did they put those screens in the offense though? That was for that.
70% of his offense came from bubble screens and unscheduled throws.
Because of because of the offensive line. The offensive line is why they had to put the bubble screens in there.
Bro, I'm gonna let you
right. He had to get the ball. They had to get the ball out of his hand.
Too much super on that. We can't really talk to you when you say stuff like. Yeah, I mean, what do you say to that?
Him 2.0. Him 2.0. Him over there.
How can I talk when you say stuff like that? I can't talk to you.
All right. So.
Yeah, that's too much, bro.
All right, man. All right.
He glazed them too much, bro.
I was like, what are you talking about? I mean, but hey, trucking has totally destroyed regular offense. I'm like, well, we ain't even talking about football no more. I can't say. I don't know. What do you say? I'm like, okay, we can talk about badminton.
Hey, do you have a problem with his average arm? Does that bother you?
Man, you know what? Yeah, does his average arm bother me? No, it don't bother me none. But what is that something that the scout that the NFL GMs are probably concerned about?
You know the hash marks in the NFL are different, right? So that out route or that comeback route, you throwing it from a further distance than you did in college. Because you know in college the hash marks are wider. Yeah, so when you're on the right side and you're on the right hash, that out route is closer to you. Now in the pros, the ball is damn in the middle of the field. You throwing that if you ain't got no arm, you throwing that motherfucker about an extra 5 or 7 yards, and them goddamn DBs are jumping that hole. So if you ain't got a strong enough arm and that shit come out like goddamn like moonshine and it drips out, nigga, you better have that motherfucker better come out like a water hose because that you got to get that ball there.
I'm sure he'll work on these things, man. He get that figured out, man. I'm sure. Like but he has a lot to his game.
Yeah, but is that a number 6 pick though? That's what I'm asking you. Every time I bring up something, you say we're gonna work on that. But when you a 6 pick, how we gonna work on it? And I need your ass to start.
Oh, I don't want him to go 6.
What do you want him to go 3?
I
Super
want
fans want him to
Shedeur.
go
I
1.
want Shedeur.
1.
I want Shedeur to go to a team
Oh hell
that
no!
is going to develop him
No, super fans don't want that.
and not
Hey, Truckin, I
rush
got a question.
him.
Because this is your conference. If Shedeur goes to Cleveland, can you tell us what it looks like being a Cleveland quarterback in that conference?
That is a horrible situation for Shedeur to get in. Any rookie quarterback right now to get in that situation at Cleveland. Cleveland is a straight up dumpster fire. The Cleveland Browns fans will tell you that that's a dumpster fire to go in right now. That is a horrible situation for anybody to go in as a quarterback right now.
But
Horrible.
I wouldn't only say that. It's the defenses he would be facing too in that
You're
conference.
right, and that's what I'm saying. Like that, you gotta deal with Pittsburgh, you gotta deal with Baltimore. Like what? Like hell, man. His career be over for a start. He go to Cleveland, dog. The minute they say the minute he shake Roger Goodell's hand, career over with. You might as well just turn back around, get your pension, get whatever you need to get because it ain't working after that. Cleveland is not the pick. He need to go. To me, he need to go between. He need to go between 15 and 21.
So the latest mock draft got him going with the Jets.
That's horrible. That's a fucking horrible situation. The only thing that's good for is his marketing, his marketability, because his star power. That is the only good thing him going to New York is good for. If anything, I like the Las Vegas Raiders, and I mentioned that 6th pick, Alfaru, is because of the Las Vegas fan base being the way that it is. It's more like a tourist attraction right now with their football. They don't really have a set base ever since they moved from Oakland. See, they set bases in Oakland. They got like a tourist attraction kind of fan base right now, if you will, because of the being the Las Vegas expansion team. He can bring the younger crowd that knows him from social media in and try to bring in a more traditional fan base to Las Vegas, and Pete Carroll's coaching and the development that Pete Carroll will have him go through. I think that's a good situation for him with Pete Carroll at Las Vegas and his star power there too. But going later in the draft, though, I think I wouldn't mind Shedeur coming to Pittsburgh. It is a smaller market, but the question, the development, would he mind sitting? You know what I mean? Because I don't believe getting him on the field immediately is a good thing. He got to sit. You know what I mean? But going between 15 and 21 is a team that he needs to go to, a established team. He could sit and learn for a year, or you know what I mean, or whatever, until he wins the starting position and hit the field and get going, man. That's what Shedeur really needs. But people want to see him go in the top 10. I don't care if he go in the top 10. A first rounder to me is good enough, man.
I would be
got
kind of shocked with the Raiders. And reason being is I think Pete is just stuck in his ways. I don't know if he really wants to take the time to get a rookie quarterback, get him in that maturation state and build him. I think he wants to go with more experience.
Oh, you know where he dealt. You know when he dealt with this before in his career and damn near got him out of the NFL, right? He dealt with that shit when he was the Jets. Wasn't he the Jets head coach dealing with that shit?
Yeah.
Drafting goddamn quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Who was the Jets head coach?
Pete Carroll. That was his first job too, I think.
He was getting fucked up. He knows what that looks like. He knows what that is. He tell her, I'm not doing that. Second, y'all.
What's up, Solid Gold?
What's up, Solid?
Hey, quick question. Hey, is Rawhide still on here?
Yeah, he's still on here.
Is that true? Did you say Jimmy Horn measured at 5'8"?
I couldn't believe it. And Wester was 5'10". I was shocked that Wester was 5'10".
Wester's taller than Jimmy Horn?
Really?
Wow. That you just shocked me with that, Alpha.
How much they weigh?
Let me see.
Jimmy Horn is 5'8".
Yeah, it say Shedeur 6'1", 212.
Okay.
9 3/8 inch hands. Hey, shout out.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. Shedeur is 6'1".
Yeah.
Oh, he's short. He's short for a quarterback.
Shout out to Really for the information. But Jimmy Horn, 5'8", 174,
What?
Arms 30 inches 3/8, hands 8 inches 3/4. Hold on, here we go. Shedeur
And he
Sanders.
got
Hold
little
on.
hands.
Shedeur Sanders, 6'1", 212.
Oh my!
31 inches and a half, 31 and a half inches. Hands 9 and 3/8 inches.
That's good. Anything over 9 is good. I think
Yeah.
he's better. He can't play in the cold weather. He can't play in cold weather though.
Now,
No.
Wester, 5'10", 163.
Oh my God.
Damn, his arm short though. 29 and 3/4 inches arms. Hands 8 and 5/8 inches.
Damn. They small. Wait a minute. 163?
Yeah, he's little, bro. But he's taller than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we all thought he was about
Wait a minute.
5'9".
Wait a minute. I didn't know
5'8".
Jimmy Horn.
He was
I did
5'8".
not know Jimmy Horn was 5'8", 170. Jimmy Horn is smaller than Wester.
He played bigger than that though, don't he? Keep it a buck.
What do you mean
He played taller than 5'8". He played taller than 5'8".
Why? Why would you say that? What does he do that?
Because I thought he was taller. I thought he was taller than that.
He was taller, but he don't play bigger. He just he catches seam routes. He don't do any. There's nothing else that he catches. He ain't out jumping nobody.
When he what had me confused and made me think he was taller, and why I said that comment is, you remember when he caught that what game was that where he caught that sideline toe tap? The ball was like out of bounds, and he like stretched and caught that motherfucker out of bounds. I know what game was that. I can't remember what game that was. I know it was just this past year. I can't remember what game it was, but I know he caught a sideline toe tap. It wasn't the Baylor game, was it? I can't remember. I know it was a night game.
Hold up. Shedeur is below average quarterback height. He's 6'1".
Yeah,
that's not a tall quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not, but it's good enough.
Yeah.
Well, they put him in the same category as a Dylan Gabriel in that area and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's a short quarterback.
Oh, I really like him.
He's Drew Brees.
Drew Brees ain't that tall. Drew Brees 6 feet.
Yeah, Drew Brees was 6 foot.
That's the same thing, Rahad.
Well, I think it's okay. I think 6'2" looks way better than 6'1".
Correct. I agree. 6'2" is different. 6'1" and 6 feet is the same.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. What are we talking about? Y'all saying what? 1 inch?
6'2" is different. 6'2" is different than 6 feet. I totally agree.
Oh yeah. Now that I agree with. That I agree with.
But 6'1" and 6 feet is not different. 6'1" and 6 feet is the same thing.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when I look at measurements, I see a 6'2" quarterback. I look at that totally different than I see a 6'1" quarterback. Now this is me talking.
I agree. I totally agree. I agree.
6'1" or 6 foot.
6'1".
People say
6'1".
See, I gotta disagree with that.
I don't know what he's saying. He's saying what you're saying, Solid. He's literally saying this. He's saying when I see a 6'2" quarterback, I see that totally different than I see a 6'1" quarterback. That's factual.
Yeah,
I think one quarterback is short, where I say a 6'2" quarterback is average.
Okay, but let me finish though. But I do not think the difference as I see it between 6 feet and 6'1", but I do acknowledge that it is a difference.
Yeah, they're both short. They're both short.
Well, I'm just saying, if I see a 6 foot quarterback, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if he's gonna make it. I see a hold on. I say a 6'1" quarterback, I say, he may have a chance. I see a 6'2" quarterback, I say they good.
No, but 6'1" is still short. That's what we're saying. If we do tiers, the 6'1" quarterback is in the same tier as the 6 foot quarterback. 5'11" to 6'1" is in the same tier.
I don't see it that way.
But see, you know what? You all are really making a valid point. I just think the wording, because when you're 6'2", your angles change. When you're like 6'1", 6 foot, you throw in from a different angle with your offensive lineman. So it's certain angles that he's going to have to adjust and throw to, because his vision isn't going to be as clear as him being 6'2" and being able to see over his offensive lineman to a certain extent. So he's going to have to.
I get what Rawhide is trying to say, because I
have to throw from different angles.
Like, I get what Rawhide is trying to say. Like, to me, there's a difference from Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and someone like who's six?
Bo Nix,
CJ
Yeah,
Stroud.
there's a difference.
Those are two. It's only 2 inches, but those are
the huge
two
2 inches.
different. Yeah, those are
Yeah.
huge 2 inches, and that's why I say I understand what Rawhide is trying to say. It's just like when you say an inch, it don't sound like a lot, but it really
I
is.
get it.
But and this is the thing. So 5'11" to 6'1", they're all about the same. They're in that same family of height. When you go 6'2", about 6'2" to about 6'3.5", that's the same height. When you hit 6'4", that takes you to a whole nother level. What I'm saying is 6'1" is viewed the same as 6 feet. It ain't viewed the same as 6'2".
Right.
I mean, and everybody didn't have to do it, but if you all actually paid attention to how Drew Brees actually surveyed the field, especially deep, look at his head.
But check this out.
It was never leveled. It was always raised. You know what I'm saying? And they broke that down a lot.
That means Cam Ward might be 6 feet, though. Cam Ward might be 6 feet.
Nah, Cam Ward taller than Shedeur.
You think so?
Yeah, he is. I've seen him stand next to Shedeur. Yeah, Cam Ward
Okay.
taller than Shedeur.
Hey, do you guys think it matters that Jackson Dart is only 21 years old when Shedeur and Cam Ward are both 24? He's 3 years younger than them.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you something, right? I don't like what the media is doing. When I see it, they're giving people false hope, right? Alpha, Rawhide, Cliff, we've all watched the sports long enough to know what general managers value: age and capability, right? And also upside. If I'm looking at Shedeur, I don't see a lot of upside to his game. What I mean by that is, I don't think he can get too much better than what he is right now.
Ooh.
I don't see
his physical traits don't allow it. It don't.
Yeah, it don't allow it. You feel what I'm saying? Like as much as, I could be completely wrong because you got people like Tom Brady and Dak who elevated their game in the NFL.
They had a team around. They had a team around them. Damn near, there's a lot of quarterbacks that would have won if they played for New England during that era. That's the point.
Right.
You know how many quarterbacks could have played for New England with that coaching staff, that defense, that running game, with that team?
It was proven with Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what made him so hot.
Matt Castle showed you I can win 12 games.
Yeah, that's why I say I just I think people like Will Howard, Dylan. I don't know about Dylan Gabriel, but I think Will Howard and I think Jackson Dart and
I
Kyle
think Kevin McCord is good too. I think McCord out of Syracuse.
I think, honestly speaking, I think those are the best 3 quarterbacks who have the highest upside. Now, talented right now is
What about Curtis? What about Curtis Rourke and Tyler Show?
I like Show. That's a kid out of Louisville.
Yeah, the kid out of Louisville. Yeah, I heard he's
the charts.
Yeah,
coaches, NFL coaches actually liking that. They liking that motherfucker.
Yeah.
See so people can climb. See, as a quarterback, bro, you can climb in the draft and still be recognized as a backup. That's the crazy part.
No, I don't think when you're talking about a 6'1" quarterback with smaller hands than you would play in the cold, I don't think nobody's moving up and trading up to get him, bro. It gets to a point where you get him if he's there, but I'm not giving up draft picks to get him.
Yeah, and he's not generationally. Number one, he's Kenny Pickett. This is Kenny Pickett.
Correct. But Pickett was at least big and can run.
Who's Kenny Pickett?
But Kenny Pickett had small hands. That was a knock on him.
Hell no, man. We ain't no way. Shedeur Kenny Pickett.
No, he's talking about his physical traits.
He's talking about the physical traits that he has. That's Kenny Pickett.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say,
he's talking about physical traits. Because in the NFL, it gets to a point where it's your physical abilities that's the difference between you being good or not. Because in the NFL, it ain't about scheme. It's about, I got Randy Moss catching the ball. You got a backup cornerback catching the ball. I don't give a fuck what the coverage is. I'm throwing the ball to Randy Moss. You can't do shit about it. Or that's Warren Sapp on the D line. your O-lineman can't block him. I don't give a fuck what scheme you do. Warren Sapp's gonna blow your shit up because he's better than that guy. Physically better than that guy.
You didn't picked up Benson on the bye week and got him playing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're starting left tackles out. Just shit like that go on.
There's nothing you can do about it. You got to block the White Freeney. Benson is not blocking the White Freeney no matter what the fuck you do.
Yeah, I don't care what you do. You can chip block. You can add extra protection.
He get there.
Yeah. Hey, Tyler, why you do Benson like that, bro? Did you listen to yourself lying on that show, bro?
Yeah, I mean, but we all knew it was going down. I mean, he left for that reason, though. He was over there getting beat up. I mean, he didn't fight back.
Damn, I did not know he was 6'1", though, bro. Damn. 212?
I don't think it's that big of a deal, though, Alpha. Come on, man.
All right. Not when you got a average to below average arm. You accurate as hell, but you slow and you can't throw.
He ain't got no Vic Cannon. How tall was Vic?
Michael Vick was only about 6 feet, but he ran a 4.3. And he had a cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah.
Hey, man, before y'all go, I know it's a subject change. Bro, the older you get, do your hands get clumsier, bro? I'm dropping everything.
Hey, bro, your hand-eye coordination to start to catch up with your age, brother. Believe me, I can give you some positive feedback on that. Move a little slower.
I think West is getting drafted.
Yeah, that 5'10" helped him, bro.
I think he's getting drafted. I think I gotta see his 40. He can't run no 4.5 though. He can't be running no 4.5.
No. He still gotta run a 4.3.
Well, no. Slot receivers don't have to be the fat. They gotta be quick. They don't have to be fast. He's only gonna be the slot. He will never play the outside receiver. He's strictly a slot and a kick returner. That's all he is.
Yeah, but you can buy a slot anywhere. If you want to draft him, he need to do something special. He can't be.
Well, that's why I said he's a kick returner too. He was an All-American punt returner. He was an All-American special teamer. He got enough in his resume to get drafted, bro.
So as far as that, then what would be the talk on Jimmy Horn? I mean, what do you do with him? Is he just?
I mean, he's a short, fast, unreliable receiver.
So just kick returner, which we all know that the kickoff is out of the game, basically.
But he can't be receiver because he don't catch the ball. He don't run option routes. He don't run none of that shit. He run post routes and post corner routes. That's all he runs. Hell, you can put Travis Hunter out there to do that shit.
And with those measurements, see that's why I can't stand super fans.
5'8", 70.
Why would Pittsburgh call and say you don't need nothing? I know, but I mean, why would you even put that story? I just don't know, man.
Jimmy,
they be on that ghetto dope.
You know what Jimmy Horn should have been? I said this last year. Jimmy Horn should have turned his ass into a third down running back.
Man, I said that.
Yeah.
Coming out the backfield, motioning out the backfield and running routes. He should have turned into a third down running back.
I said that, man, Alpha. I said that all last year. I said if I'm because at first they had what was old dude that transferred to Kansas State? Not Charlie. Oh, they had what's Dylan? They had Dylan that did transfer to
Jimmy Horn can do what Dylan does. Might not be as good, but he's that explosive.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I said if I'm looking at Dylan and I'm looking at Jimmy Horn, what is it that Jimmy Horn does that Dylan can't do? That you're asking him on the football field? Everybody said nothing. I said, so that's the case. Jimmy Horn needs to just put some pounds on and just play third round back, play scat back. Everybody say, oh no, he gonna be the guy next year. It's gonna be him and Travis. Or yeah, you know what I'm saying? Why would you move him to receiver? He ain't never. I'm like, bro, listen, bro. He's not a running. Like he could have did what old dude from Green Bay did. I can't think of his name. Number 88, who went from receiver to running back. And
what is his name? Start with a C.
I don't remember his number. I don't know his name.
No, it ain't Crosby. It's Aaron Jones, right?
No,
No,
not Aaron
he's
Jones.
Aaron
No, I know.
Rodgers' homeboy. He's Aaron Rodgers' homeboy.
Right, I know who
Yeah,
y'all talking about.
Cobb.
Cobb. Yeah,
Oh,
Cobb.
Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb.
he
Randall
play
Cobb.
running back. He play running back. He took to me. If you draft Jimmy Horn, that's a waste of a pick.
But he can't catch. The problem is he can't catch, though. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5'8". I didn't know he was 5'8", dog. That hurt him.
Not really.
Yeah,
Not in today's game. Now, because Trenton Holiday was 5'6", he still got drafted.
Who?
But 5'8", there's only a few teams
Who
he can
was
go
5'6"?
to.
Trenton Holiday.
Oh,
Bro,
okay.
come on, bro. That ain't the same.
That ain't the
Yeah,
same.
it is.
It ain't the same speed.
Trenton Holiday couldn't catch either. He couldn't catch either.
Not the same. What was his stats though? What was his name and stat line?
What you mean?
What
What
type
you
of
mean, y'all?
production did he have?
He was just a kick returner.
And he was killing it, though. He was one of the best in the goddamn country.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I guess but LeJohntay Wester might be the pick to go to, huh? All right.
I think Will Shepard gonna get drafted before all of them. Though.
Right.
Will Shepard.
Yeah.
He's 6'3", right?
Will Shepard?
Yeah, he's 6'3", right?
Something like that. Let me see. I'm about to tell you right now what he is. What they got him listed as, I think, because he didn't go to the combine, right?
No.
Right. They got him listed at 6'3". So it's 6'2". You want to say?
I mean, tall. I mean, not tall, but you ain't got to be short to play the slot. I think people forget that.
You're right. You got to have route running skills, though. Your route running skills got to be up to play slot. Would you agree with that?
Okay, fellas, I got a trivia question real quick. Who's the tallest receiver to play in the NFL?
Was it Calvin Johnson?
I have no clue.
No one knows? I thought Alpha would know.
Alpha left.
Oh, Harold Carmichael.
How tall was Harold Carmichael?
6'7". Him and then Altoon. Altoon was 6'6", I think.
Okay. So, all right. So I guess it sounds like we about to be moving on. So I'm glad I got Solid up in here. Solid Gold. Who you got tonight with this fight, bro? Who you got tonight, bro? Because it's going down tonight, right? Solid. Can you hear me? Solid.
Yeah, I can hear you. Give me 1 second, bro. I'm taking Tank. It's too much Tank on this side, but Tank will win this fight. It's gonna be very one-sided. Lamont Roach might get a couple jabs in, but it's gonna be over by the 8th or the 9th.
Damn, you don't think Lamont Roach got a chance against Tank?
Too much power, too much quickness, too much. First of all, Lamont Roach fight at a weight class that he's not fighting at. Even though they try to say Tank is a smaller fighter, it's still a 5 pound difference. The power that you're not coming in fighting a 135, but that's ranked like 50th in the world. You're coming in fighting the number one pound for pound 135. Just not going to be able to live up under the power. I think he'll keep up, because the thing about Tank is a lot of his fights. The reason why he wins is because of the rehydration clause. So I think Lamont Roach should be able to keep up. I just don't think he can keep up with the power, bro. Round 8, round 7, round 9, yeah, he done.
Damn, I thought he had the skills to keep up with Tank. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Well, my research, I'm looking at him. I'm thinking he had the skills to keep up with Tank for real. Like, and he moving up in weight. I figured him moving up in weight would help him, with more power. He got a little pop, you know what I'm saying? He got a little bit he got skills, and he got a little pop to him, got a little crack on his punches. And I thought he moving up would help him, but shit, you talk about the opposite. But you really do this boxing shit, so I'm really listening to what you're saying, Solid, because I know you really do this boxing shit like heavy, like you in that boxing shit heavy. So, hey,
I just came from a Golden Glove competition. One of my I guess my mom's her other son, his family member. He was he was boxing and shit. I was in there. But the problem with this fight, and this is the whole thing that Tank is getting a lot of pushback for. his last like 5 fights, besides Frank Martin was a 135er, but before that, guys weren't in his weight class. He's fighting people that's 5 pounds heavier, 10 pounds heavier. Then got him on rehydration clauses, and people just tired of that, bro. So after this fight, he got to fight one of the top 4. He either got to see Loma, Shakur, or Devin.
Loma, Shakur, or Devin. There ain't nobody. What's Teofimo? No.
Yeah. No, he's too big.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'm changing myself. Give me 1 second. Let me finish. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you gotta do. So I think you gotta see Teofimo, man. I don't know, man. What you know about boxing, Cliff? What you know?
You know, I kind of stopped watching boxing. I was a boxing fanatic, you know, until I'm gonna say basically until Mayweather. Well, after Mayweather, I haven't really kept up on it. I mean, I've seen Tank. I listened to a lot of feedback he's gotten. I've watched Shakur more.
Mm-hmm.
I like Shakur's style, but I think he to me he plays around too much with his competition. And if it was better competition, you know, out here, that he would run into a brick wall. Terrence Crawford has been impressive to me, and Canelo has been impressive to me.
Okay.
Those are the only fighters I can really, you know, speak on. I don't know anything about Roach. But what I'm hearing is he is stepping up in weight kind of significantly. So I don't know really what this fight is. I know Tank has been getting a lot of negative feedback from his opponents. Now I don't know if that's from him or his promoter.
I think it's because, you know, I think Tank is taking some negative feedback because of the fights that he's been taking. Like Tank been pretty much like, a lot of people think that Tank has not challenged himself with his opponents. Like they know, like by now, Tank, he got a knockout punch, and he's really not taking fights that's challenging him. Like you heard Solid just say, like he got it. Like after this fight, he got to take one of the top 4, Shakur, Canelo, or Haney. Like he has to fight those guys at this point. Like he can't keep fighting these people we don't know about. Like, you know what I mean? But Lamar Roach is a good contender in his division. I think he's in a 130 division. Correct me when I'm wrong, Solid. I think he's in a 130 division, moving up to the 135 to fight Tank Davis. And I think that watching him at 130, he got popped, man. He got some crack, got some skills. I just don't know if he can go the distance. It don't seem like he tires out throughout the fight, but I don't know adding that extra 5 pounds what it's going to do to him, because I know in boxing 5 pound difference is a lot. You know what I mean? You coming in heavier, and I don't know what he's going to rehydrate at, or you know how that's going to affect him or with this fight. But they say it's going to be a good one. You know what I mean? This is Baltimore versus DC.
Yeah, he'll have a better performance than Frank Martin. Frank Martin was severely hydrated. Frank Martin is a 147. So him coming down all the way to 135 and then couldn't rehydrate number 5 pounds. Yeah, that was out of there. Hold up. I'm almost done. Give me 1 second.
All right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That makes a huge difference. Moving. So when you moving up in weight, it's easier to box. It's easier to fight moving up than having to lose all the weight and then try to rehydrate back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Going down in weight. So I'm hoping that this would be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a lot. This means a lot to the Baltimore and DC area. See, I just came from that area when I was headed down there towards North Carolina. So I hopped on the I-95 from where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So I take the 70 over and hop on 95, and I stopped in Baltimore, probably like, what was I, south? I was south of Baltimore, not that far away, but and I was talking to some people down there at the truck stop, and they were saying that this fight meant a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is buzzing a whole lot in that area. You know, Baltimore versus DC, Baltimore, like it means a lot. What up, Alpha Roo? You back?
Oh yeah. I think the combine's starting up. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Combine's starting. These quarterbacks and
it start at 3, right?
Yeah, 1 o'clock. I said 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock today.
Oh, 1 o'clock today? Oh
Yeah.
shit, I gotta get going. My fault. Well,
Yeah, I see
look,
y'all on side.
I
Yeah,
appreciate y'all
I can't
coming
stream
through.
it. So y'all, if somebody can stream it, I can't stream it, bro.
All right, why you can't stream it?
I ain't at home.
Damn,
Oh, okay.
damn.
All right, fellas.
All
All
right,
right,
hey,
all
I
right,
appreciate
fellas.
y'all coming through, man. Y'all go catch the combine, man. I'm still going on because I gotta finish my show, but I appreciate them coming in and calling in and everything. I still gotta finish up here, so I ain't going nowhere. So y'all rock with me for another, couple more minutes before I get off on this last topic here with this boxing match and everything, man. Because I think I like it. I really like this match. I hope this match is a good match. It's gonna go to the later rounds. You hear Solid, like I do really listen to what Solid Gold is saying in this. Like you heard, he has family that's in Golden Glove. He really studies this sport. He knows a lot about boxing, like for real. Like this motherfucker knows a lot. He know about the up and comers that'll probably knock Tank out. You know what I'm saying, in a couple years. Like, you know what I mean? I respect his boxing knowledge to the fullest, man. But and that's how I gained a lot of things, is having people like him around too. So I appreciate it. I hope this fight goes to like round. I say it go to round 10. I say this fight goes to round 10. Um, he gave Tank some ammunition though, Solid. He made a bet with him in his video. He had made a bet with him, shook his hand and said that his Tank said, "I'm gonna stop you." And see, Tank needed more motivation going into this fight because they grew up in the same boxing circuit. They grew up knowing each other. You know what I'm saying? Lamont Roach Jr. being behind Tank, lighter than Tank, but they trained in some of the same gyms. They shared some of the same trainers coming up, and he needed more fire for this fight. And then Lamont Roach going to go ahead and give it to him at the fucking weigh-in. Like, why would you do that, Lamont Roach? Like, you played it cool, you played it perfect all the way up to this point. Tank had no motivation, and it sounds like he's losing motivation to me, because when you do an interview and say, "I don't care about legacy. I don't care about nothing. I'm just in it for the money. I was in it to help, finance my family, get my family some bread." That says a lot. Like, his head really wasn't in this fight, and that's why it got canceled. What, three times before today? Like, this fight has supposed to went on last year, November, December, something like that last year. But you know what I'm saying, a couple months ago. It's been canceled 2 times before now, and then it probably wasn't even going to go on today, which is crazy to me. But
but you know why he lost? I'm back now. But you know why he lost the love of the sport for the game of boxing?
What's that?
Because he hasn't accomplished anything. He knows deep. Like, here's the problem with men, bro. Men, at some point in time, we know we hold ourselves accountable. And that's what it is. That's why he said he want to fight 3 times this year. He said it himself. And he knows it's because he literally has not accomplished anything in the sport. He's looking at everybody else taking chances and actually fighting. He ain't. You feel what I'm saying? People want, and see what I hate about what I hate about the sport right now is that you have a lot of casuals that's speaking on it. Right. You have a lot of people talking about, let's see Shedeur and Keyshawn fight, and then the winner of that will fight Tank. Absolutely not.
Shakur and who? Keyshawn Davis?
Yeah, because the problem with that is here's the problem that I have with that fight, right? They're the best in the division. I think Shakur edges Keyshawn slightly, not a lot, but slightly. So if they fight each other, we're gonna get the fight of the century or the fight of the decade, right? In that. But then when they go to see one of them go see him, they go, bro, Shakur is gonna literally stand in front of Tank and beat the brakes off this man.
Whew. You think Shakur can get Tank like that?
And he gonna stand right in front of that man and beat him down. And Keyshawn, he may not stand directly in front of him, but he's bigger. He has the availability to lean on Tank and keep Tank, you know what I'm saying, very honest with his striking, because him and Keyshawn have a similar fighting style, but the difference is Keyshawn targets the body way more. So it's gonna be a little bit back and forth until Tank, because he is smaller, he gets leaned on a little bit more. Keyshawn gonna come out on top. Loma, now I think Tank will beat Loma.
Okay.
And the reason why is because Loma's older. He's almost 40. He's not really trying to box no more. He's not really accomplished a lot. He didn't fault he didn't fault the TFP modes. He didn't did that. Tank has it, bro. Like, and if people want to use the records that the last 3 fighters he had. First of all, his last 3 fights is Frank Martin, this nigga, and what's that?
Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was a YouTuber before he became a boxer. And Frank Martin is not. He is a welter. He's 147. He came down 2 weight classes to fight this man.
Mm.
And that's why he looked like a skeleton when he went into the ring with this man.
He did.
And Tank knew that, bro. Tank knew that this man was severely dehydrated because he kept up with him until the latter parts of the round of the boxing match.
Right.
So people are finally the people that know boxing are finally starting to call it out. Hey, bro, you ain't fought nobody. You ain't fought. And then the first thing he'll say is, what has he done for the sport of boxing? But then I could turn around and ask, well, Edwin De Los Santos, the top 5 fighter at 135. You know what I'm saying? What's the other dude with the bald head Mexican? I can't think of his name. He just fought
Pitbull Cruz?
No, hell no. I can't think of his name. He got a weird name. He a Spanish fighter too. Maybe
okay.
Too. But he just fought Shakur not too long ago. You know, he's top 10 in the weight class. Keyshawn Davis just beat one of the champions. You know what I mean? I think the WBO champion just recently. Like, they're taking chances and coming out on top. Bro, you not taking no chances, bro. Lamont Roach is not even sniffing the top 10 at 135 at lightweight. That's why he don't fight there. And people know that. And that's what Tank is dealing with, bro. He know that, bro. He know his money ain't the same. Like, and what's so crazy is the dude from Turkey, he want to give Tank the match, but Tank knows deep down he gonna
I was just about to ask you that question, Solid. Do you think that Turkey Al-Sheikh is actually is he helping the sport of boxing, or is he destroying the sport of boxing?
He helping it because look, I said this. There has to be enough bodies. I don't have no problem with the 4 titles in boxing. I literally don't. Because the one problem about the UFC is it eats itself. It's its own carnivore. Because one is always fighting 2. Right? There's no build up. There's no, like, right now, if Shakur and Tank say we're gonna fight in let's say November, I don't give a damn who. That's gonna be the biggest fight on the planet. Why? It's been years. We all been clamoring for it. They have sides. There's A and B side. It's Shakur's side. It's the Tank side. We all want to see this fight. So that's easily a $200 million, $300 million fight for me.
Easy.
So I don't have a problem with boxing keeping that formula. But what I do have a problem with is you not fighting guys in your weight class. I have a big issue with that. And Tate talks about it. He don't like the weight bullying, and I respect that. I do respect that about his opinion about that. I don't think you should be able to weight bully, but I do think you should be. And I think the governing body needs to be the same across the board for the four. I guess you would say boards or boxing, federation.
The WBA, WBO, so forth, so on.
I think it needs to be the same rules across the board. You can rehydrate only up to 5 pounds. I think that should be a universal rule, right? If you miss weight, half your purse is gone. It goes to the other fighter. I think those rules need to be uniformly across the board, so that way fighters have more incentives to take chances.
Okay,
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I know for a fact I'm gonna climb my ranks or I'm gonna lose rank by being inactive, right?
Right.
Like Canelo, if the Turk was over that shit, Canelo wouldn't have no title right now. Benavidez had been Canelo's mandatory for damn near 3 years. Canelo, to me, I don't even know how he was able to avoid 3 years of mandatory fights. He fought other people in the process of, because he's been active. He ain't been injured. He's been Benavidez was his literally mandatory for 3 years.
It still ain't fought him.
Still ain't fought that man because he know he gonna lose. And the first thing they say was, "What does he do? What has he done for the sport?" Come on, man. You know you're gonna take that L. That's the first thing Tanks always say about Shakur. What has he done for the sport? What did Rolly do? What did
Now,
Frank?
you know what? Now, every casual is not like me. See, I'm a casual who do my research enough, and I admit that I'm a casual boxer fan, right? I'm not into it like how you are. I admit that, and I have no problem with doing that. And I think people that are true boxer fans appreciate the fact that I do admit that, and that I do my research on things before I'm talking about it. But like, I think a lot of people who don't watch boxing and they just watch the super matches, right? They don't appreciate the fighters that may take a loss in a fight. And I think that deters some fighters from taking fights. What do you have to say to those fans that feel like if they lose, they're not good if you lose a fight?
Well, here's the problem. The reason why people feel that way is because they themselves have never had a fight, or they haven't had multiple fights to understand you're not going to win every fight that you come across, right?
Right.
UFC fans kind of understand that because champions do lose, and they're used to seeing champions lose at some point in time, right? Whether it be 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, a champion is going to lose eventually.
Right.
Boxing, you can have somebody retire as a champion. So they're not used to seeing them niggas come across any opposition at all. Period. So I think that's the biggest issue. And like I say, I believe you should not, unless you jump up and weight. So I believe you should always, you can always go to different weight classes and fight.
Right.
But you can't climb ranking in that division. I mean, unless you fight somebody in that division. So meaning if I'm a cruiserweight, but I want to drop down to like heavyweight to fight, right? I can't go from cruiserweight to number 3 on the depth chart. You know what I'm saying? And trying to fight Benavidez, Bivol,
right?
Better be. I can't skip everybody else. I gotta see when I'm coming into that weight class, right? I'm coming in with so many points that I have, right? Let's say I don't want to go too much, but let's say you got 5 points and that puts you in the 70, right? So you gotta climb that one. But if you want the work and you want the pay and you want the purse, you can go through as many, rankings that you want, but you're not gonna supersede or jump everybody else because you're a big name in a different weight class. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. Right. You gotta take the top, you gotta get to them top fighters. You really want that clout, you want that name. Like, you can get the money and take all them other fights and get them purses, but you want that rank and that. But I get what you're saying, and I hope that y'all out there get it too.
Yeah,
like so when like these fighters that, so would you respect the fact that, because I think like fighters like Roy Jones Jr., Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, Oscar De La Hoya, they've all lost in their careers, but I think that we respect them, and boxing fans respect them because they fought the best throughout their careers. Like, they didn't duck. You know what I'm saying? Is that true or false?
Well, I will say this, right? The Mayweather I can say he cherry picked, but he decided a lot of his fate in boxing, right? His whole thing is, he says, I've always fought the most world champions in boxing. That is a true statement. But what he isn't saying is when he fought those people, right? You fought a Pacquiao when he had retired and came back out of retirement to fight you.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You fought an Oscar De La Hoya, he was already in his 40s. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that from you, because to me, what you doing is you selling shit that everybody else don't know. It's like it's like the nigga that try to stunt in front of females, like, yeah, I'm big body this, I'm big body that, but behind the scenes,
but he got his homeboy's clothes on, driving his uncle car.
Yeah, bro, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going for that. You ain't gonna sell me no shit like that. But he'll sell it to the average person that don't know it, and that's exactly what Tank does. Tank is he tries to diminish, but see, I'm glad other boxers are coming out and saying, hell no, nah, you ain't gonna diminish what I'm doing, and you ain't fought nobody in our weight class in the last 8-9 bouts.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If we look at all the champions, our records, your opponents got the most losses across the board. It's not even close. If you look at how many losses that Tank Davis opponents have, it's like triple the number of Keyshawn Davis. Well, I ain't gonna even say Keyshawn because he only got 13 fights. But I'm gonna say Loma and fucking Shakur.
Damn.
It's not even close. I think it's like 130 something to 33 and like 50. You feel what I'm saying? So you're not gonna tell me this, and I don't know boxing. I know boxing enough to call that some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the problem. So I'm hopefully, we get that, because I'm gonna be real with you. I think he fights Loma, and that's it. I think he retires.
So you think he could fight Lomachenko and call it done after he fight Lomachenko?
Yeah, I think once he's done with Lomachenko, I think he's done. I don't think he fight. I don't think he fights. I know for sure he's not going to fight Keyshawn.
So it's not a. So I asked that question too in one of my last videos. Like, so the one fight that Tank could retire on before we close out with this is, you think Lomachenko? It's not Shakur Stevenson. Is it both one or one or the other?
What do you mean, I'm asking? What do you mean?
Like, if Tank Davis wanted to retire after this Lamont Roach fight, he had one more fight to fight. Right, he fights one more fight, and he wanted to retire and have a decent legacy in the sport of boxing, something that yourself could respect and other huge boxing fans, right? Not, what fight would that be? That would be Lomachenko, right?
Nah, for me, the fight that would garner my respect is if you fight Shakur. You got to fight Shakur, because at the end of the day, you, not him. Whenever he talks about you, now recently he's been saying, he knows what you've been doing. He's been calling it out. But every time Shakur says Tank is a hell of a fighter, I believe me and him are the best in our division. And eventually we gonna fight. We're gonna be able to see who's better. That's the only fight. That's the only fight I want to see from you. I don't want to see nothing else.
That fight gonna bring in so much money, man. I keep saying that. Like, I know, like, with my research and everything that I've been doing in the sport of boxing, like, I know that fight is gonna bring so much money. So if Tank Davis is about his money, like how he say he is, he about that bag, and he want to take care of his daughters, and he want to really walk away from the sport of. You need to take that Shakur fight after this, in my opinion, too. I think so, bro. I think so.
I want to say this. I think he has to take the fight for two reasons, right? Not for legacy, right, or money. I think you got to take the fight because you're a man, bro. Like, you've been speaking crazy. You've been talking crazy. You feel what I'm saying? You've been saying, what does he bring to the sport, or what has he done in boxing for me to give him an opportunity to fight in the ring? He ain't been saying that. You've been saying that. So I need you to stand on what you've been saying. And the second reason is, right, you don't got no heart. Like, you scared or something, bro? Like, you scared of that man? That's how you gonna ask for the respect of everybody else in the sport, but you don't even respect yourself to stand up for yourself, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Man. I ain't trying to hear that shit, and you know damn well you scary as hell. Just say it, like, bro, I ain't even lie to you, bro. I'm gonna get mine. I'm sorry, but I ain't finna fight that nigga, bro. It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'll do? I'll say, you know what? I respect that, bro. I respect the fact that you're not finna stand in front of that man. You don't want no issue. You're scared. It's okay. I respect that. Anything else? Nah, I respect that.
Damn, Tank. All right. I appreciate hey man, hey Solid. I appreciate you, bro. I really do, bro. I appreciate you coming up on here and dropping them jewels, man. I do, bro. About that boxing. See, that's what I gotta do. So I'm trying to get the fans' point of view back, man. You know what I'm saying? The fans' point of view. I like this, you know what I'm saying? Every other week. I'll probably be with Shad. I'm trying to get Shad back. Hopefully that everything works out with that. But when I got these topics, man, you gotta come on with this boxing shit, Solid. I gotta hold you to that, bro. I gotta hold you to that.
I've been busy. I'm trying to I'm working on some projects, man. Hopefully by the summertime I'm really up and running. That way, you know what I'm saying? I'm in that mode right now, bro. I'm doing everything behind the scenes right now, bro.
All right. I
So,
feel that because that's the same
yeah.
thing I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, hey, when I ain't on here, y'all don't see me live because I'm driving the truck all week long, and then on the weekends it's the time I get with family. My family was gracious enough to what I'm saying, say go ahead, Dad, go and do your live and get it out the way. So, because soon as
Yeah.
I'm done with this, I'm gonna be try to watch the combine on my phone and take my family out somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the days I get with them. You feel me? So
Yeah. Same.
I appreciate everybody tuning in to the fans' point of view, man. You know what I'm saying? And Solid Gold, shout out to Solid Gold, shout out to Cliff, shout out to Alpha Rue, Raw High Media for you, KMS 929, Katie, Shad, Coach Hayes. What up? What up with Coach Hayes? I know you've been out there watching and let me forget my man Law Dizog, you dig? All right, the whole fam. But we up out of here, man. Appreciate you, Solid. Have a good one, bro.
You too, man. Be safe.
All right. Peace.